So, for anyone that's at home watching, this is going to be the first episode of the Late Show. Late Show.
Yeah.
Free lates.
It's three lates. Also known as It Came From the Late Show.
Or just the Late Show for short.
Yeah, but
Let's
if you
just
type
call
in.
it L3.
Yeah, but
Says
if
so
you.
in the book that it can be called the Late Show.
Yeah,
for
but
short.
then everyone thinks of the Late Show like Jon Stewart.
True.
Let's call it L3. That sounds hardcore.
But yeah, so
Power of 3.
for those who don't know, I will be your director, aka your GM. And we have a friend of mine here who's actually going to be playing and helping us do the character sheets because this will be the first time we run this game. Well, I run this game because all of the other times I've played as a character when Corey would run it.
Hi, Corey.
Hello.
Hi, Corey.
Top of the evening to everybody.
I don't think can you guys hear him?
A little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta be over here to talk in it, Corey.
Okay.
You're trying to watch Ivan Lad, but we're gonna try and record a show and do a show.
Waiting patiently.
Okay.
So everybody, roll for your first stat. Roll 4 dice, and then put it on the stat that you want to have it on.
Okay, 4d10.
4d10?
Yep, 4d10.
Okay. Oh,
Ooh,
4d10.
some crappy stats.
What were
Oh,
the base
yeah.
stats again?
26.
What were the
Uh-huh.
base stats again?
There aren't any
You
characters.
know what?
Build,
Never mind. I'll just
dexterity,
open the
right
PDF.
here.
brains, looks, and fame just starts off at 10 because everybody's starting off as a beginning actor or actress.
Yeah. And your survival points are fame plus build, right?
Yes.
All right.
Why did I just do my roll 20?
Okay.
I'm currently waiting for the book PDF to load up in the reader.
Trying to do this on here so people at home can actually see what we're doing.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 stats you have to roll for.
I'm trying to get the book back up before I decide what stat I want my 13 roll on.
Okay, so for the viewers at home, I rolled a 30, a 26, a 12, and a 13. And I'm going to apply my 30 to my brains, my 26 to my dexterity, 12 to looks, and 13 to build. That's my character.
Didn't the book say you roll 4d10 for each stat?
That's what you
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, December Alford, she's got a build
My
17,
browser crashed.
dexterity 19, brains 17, looks 28, and that's her 4 stats before fame.
Yeah. Magix, just use the roll 20 roller.
I did. I'm getting the character sheet up so that I can see what the base stats are.
Well, if
So
you look
that
on
I know
here, you
which
can see
one
them.
I want to put my rolls in.
Okay.
If you look on the game screen, you should be able to see a character sheet. Unless I didn't move you over, which would help. I'm sorry.
My browser crashed.
Well, I just moved everyone over to where they should be.
Yeah. When you get back in the game, you'll see the example character sheet that's from the back of the book. Of course, we are gangstas, so we made our own Excel version of this character sheet.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's awesome. Can you send me that, Phil?
East
The
side.
Excel one, I have it in my email. I'll send it
What's
after.
Email.
with that screenshot?
And
in
then
the
fame,
top
we don't
left?
roll for fame. It's just 10, right?
Yeah, just 10 because you're starting off. You're
Starting
getting
off actor.
And I thought you said there was an
And survivalist
example
points?
character sheet.
That's your build plus your fame.
That's what we're looking at right now is the example character sheet. Philip is filling theirs out.
Yep.
Is this a GM character you're
I
making?
don't
This
see
would
an
be a
example
character that I'll
character
use, but I'm not using her tonight.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just doing this so people at home can see how it is.
Yeah.
So,
could you-
to get your survivalist points, it's your build, which is the BLD, plus what? Dexterity?
Fame.
Fame?
Fame.
Plus fame.
could you move me?
Okay, so
Because I'm not looking at an example character sheet.
what do you see on your screen, young man?
Screenshot of some game in the top left. The text, what you want to do, bunch of random numbers.
That's a character. That's what we're all
That's
looking
the
at.
character sheet.
Scroll around and you will see like all the stats and stuff, and it's not all filled out yet. 'Cause
I
he's filling it out as a
I
character.
don't see.
And then
I
stunt
just,
double SP.
as far as the character sheet, I just see a bunch of random
wanna look
numbers.
at that?
The
They're the
text,
same exact as
build
yours.
plus
Oh,
fame.
right.
What you want to do in a game screenshot in the top left. I don't see
That's
any of
what
the
we're looking at.
labels or anything like
Well,
that.
for right now, just write down your 4 major stats and put the number beside them, and then when you find it, you can put it in.
Yep.
And that's build, dexterity, brains, and looks. And just put them in whatever works best for your character. Like if you want looks the best, put your best one on that one, and put your lowest one on whatever you care less about.
Like, these are your main character stats.
Yeah, but I don't actually see an example character sheet.
That's
It's
what we're looking
just
at.
a
That's what
bunch
we're
of
looking at right
random
now, sir.
numbers.
The numbers are his.
You don't see
ability
the-
skills.
You don't see the skills right next to him?
No. All
So,
I
like,
see is a bunch of random numbers that I assume are your stat rolls and the text build plus fame. What?
Does everybody else see the sheet? Or?
Yeah.
I see
I
it.
see it. Yeah. Are you just looking at the
Magics
chat room?
by do you see where it says like the number 24 and there's like a 31, a 32, and a 34?
Yes.
Well, next to the very right of the number 24, it should say build. To the right of dexterity, 31, it should say dexterity.
No,
You see any
it
of that?
doesn't. No, I don't see that.
I think you're the
Weird.
only one, sir.
Well, until it kicks in, at least write down your stats the way that you want them on like a notepad or something like
Or
that.
on the Excel.
Oh, I think he's exiting and re-entering to try it again.
Okay. Refreshing.
Yep.
You could edit it on the Excel. That should work.
And all that extra stuff so far is still not showing up. Why is there a random game screenshot in the top left?
Because that's a studio image of what you're gonna be in later on when we actually have studio. I'm actually giving people character sheets now, so that way you can actually put your stats in there. And then when you give me a name, I'll just update the name and change it up.
Oh,
right?
another useful stat, just to write it down, is the amount of damage you do if you hit somebody with your bare hands, and that's 1/5 of your build rounded up. So let's see, I do 4 points because my build is 17.
What was that?
1/5 of your build score.
I want
Yeah, so divide it by 5 and then round up. Actually, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Yeah.
Where do I tell you
So-
which of my roles I want in which stats?
If you go into
I
the
don't
channel,
Pen.
Hmm?
I've got like 2 Sharpies, but they're both like super thick Sharpies.
well, why don't you just borrow a pen from here?
Because I didn't see it behind your bowl of whatever that is.
Bowl of old macaroni and cheese that's gone. Then you should probably put it in the sink.
Okay, so I have a damage of 4, base of 4 when I smack someone.
So what was it? One
Slap. Fifth.
Oh.
1/5?
Base
1/5 rounded up to 3. Now here's a question.
Rounded up 3.
No,
Yeah.
just round it up after you divide it.
Excuse
So,
me, Corey, why did you interrupt him?
Interrupt who?
who did I interrupt?
Philip,
Why did you interrupt me?
I asked him where do I give him the numbers
Oh, it must
of
have.
which rolls I want for which stat.
It must have just lagged. You might just be experiencing a
No,
ton
it
of lag.
didn't lag. You were in the middle of it, and then somebody
said it
at
was in your
your
journal.
end started talking to you.
Well, I said it was in your journal. Then we had us
Oh,
talking,
your journal.
and then
Yeah.
Corey. We talked about the damage. I asked Corey about the damage.
Okay, so in our journal, under attributes and abilities. Okay. Now here's a question. I didn't see anything in the book about like rolling low, or is there like any rule like that where like in other games, if you roll a low number, can you re-roll or something?
Not usually. Usually it's just if you make the roll, but if it's a critical success, then really good stuff happens. If it's a critical failure, then really bad.
Oh
stuff
no,
happens.
I mean when you're picking like your attributes, your build, brains, dex, and all that.
Oh,
Oh no! I mean, if you get
unless you get all ones, I would say
if you get all ones, roll with it. I mean, play it out. Put it on your IQ and walk into walls. That'd be awesome.
people would just give you fake points for feeling bad for you. We felt bad for that guy.
Didn't he play the retard in that movie?
Oh
yeah.
Simple
Real quick,
fact.
Oh my God.
I'd like to suggest. Who was it that was editing? Who was it that made the Excel spreadsheet? Was that you, Andy?
Yes, it was.
Okay. You may want to just add like under stunt double. You may want to add that bare hand damage thing that Corey was just talking about.
But it's under unarmed, which is right next to the dexterity.
Oh, is it?
Underneath weight, yes.
Oh, there. Well.
Actually,
Oh, I
that's-
thought that's where you
yeah,
put in the
that's-
skill. Wait a minute.
I'm not
Philip,
I'm not sure how that works.
13 seems kind of like a low roll. Is it okay if I re-roll it?
No, it is not. It should not be.
Where'd you get it? I'm trying to see where you got
I rolled a
13.
14.
Somebody rolled
Yeah,
a
I've
12.
got a 12 on here.
Don't
Yeah,
trust me. Don't worry about it.
it.
I just lucked out and got really good rolls. Ask anyone here that's played with me before, like Prones knows already.
Yeah.
I usually roll really, really, really low. So me being a DM makes you have a better chance of winning the game because I usually roll ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all my stats are below 20, which is below average, except for looks, because I put my 28 on looks.
Nice.
Haha, I beat your character, but I'm not in this role.
Yes.
Yeah. My character is real smart and real dexterous, but very weak and not very pretty.
Maybe I could
Oh,
put the character in
now
this.
the
'cause
example character sheet loaded.
There you go, lads.
Nope, it's loaded finally.
Yeah. It must have been a really big file
It
size.
is. Everything that I have in this game is from 2 to 7 megabytes.
Woo!
Ooh, I could load that in a second.
The reason why, they won't allow you to do anything bigger than 10 megabytes on Roll20, and that is a really big image if it's like that. Like this image put on here isn't even stretched. I threw that on there and that's the size of that image.
Damn.
My stunt double is named Maxwell Gobbleneck.
Oh, we get to name him?
Why not?
Dude, you get to give your stunt double a whole personality. My stunt double is gonna be an asshole.
He carries my stuff.
Yeah. I'm going to give my stunt double a very... See, my character is going to be Asian, and so I'm going to give my stunt double a very Caucasian sounding name, like
Lars.
Emily Williams.
Lars
Don't give him a
Ingvard.
black guy.
I just
Yeah, like,
took away.
Dontel Williams Jackson.
I just took away small avatars so that way players at home can see the whole screen. Which I should probably close out this and this so that way people can actually see it better. And
Alright, Alright, so
then
my stunt double is going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger's love child.
My stunt double is Dennis Wilbergenstein.
So, illegitimate child, it has Fitz in front of it. Fitz Schwarzenegger.
Is that what his name is?
alright. So we've spent about 15 minutes on it, so let's get moving to the next one because we're about
Has everybody
halfway
got
done.
their basic character stats? You got to do skills.
I know, it's the talents.
Yeah, I
Oh,
got it.
skills.
You pick skills where all the blanks are. Do you see where there's actual blanks? Like, for example, like combat talents, like over here, I'm going to say, like, let's see, taser.
I must read something up.
So my character has a taser as a combat talent.
4, 2, 8.
Do you know what I mean?
He's
Like,
got a taser!
and a taser would be using dexterity from, I think it's book 2 that had the taser.
That's
the
not a
exploitation
knife.
sequel.
Pulls out machete. Now this is a knife.
I actually
This
cheated,
is a knife.
actually cheated myself on the dice, so I just rolled one more for each of them.
Die. Christ.
So a quick way to do the skills is if you pick 5 skills, then roll 4 dice for each one, and then add that to the ability that they go to. Like acrobatics would be your dexterity.
Yeah.
So, like,
So
when they
pick
say
5.
talents, roll 1d10 for talents to start. And then you just put them along the talents that you want. After each moving actor will get an additional, the basic abilities.
For instance, December Alford, she has stealth, fashion, bluffing, and driving.
So you combined them all.
I
Wait,
just
how many
divided
of those
it
do we
by
get? How many
5, and
other
I rolled
talents
5
do we
dice
get?
for each one, and then add the
How many
ability.
No, but
other
I'm
skills
saying you
do
combined, like, the d20s. I mean, the d10s.
No, you divide the 20. I had 4 skills, so I rolled 5 dice for each one.
Okay. I see what you
Oh,
did.
kind of like a quick way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it
Oh.
as a quick way.
So if you get like 5 skills, you get 4 dice per. You know, or you could have 1 skill and put all 20 dice into it, and just be really good at
Oh,
one
sweet.
So,
thing.
like,
20
for
dice.
example, I'm going to pick 5 skills, so I'm going to be rolling 4d20. 4d20. 10.
Or, yeah.
4d10 per skill.
And then what's your first skill you want to do?
So I got a 13, so I'm going to be putting a 13 just up here, so that way I know that's what I got.
You should pick the skill first, Phil, and then roll for it.
Oh, and just do it that way?
Yeah, because you really.
I would have mixed them up and put, like, the best ones in the skills, you know?
Philip,
Yep.
the classic Batman cartoon, the episode where spiritual martial arts
Oh,
and the bad
Jesus.
guy wants to get it. That if you know how and not the right spot is instant death.
Mm-hmm.
With that martial arts, not necessarily that move from that martial
So
arts, but
chi-
would that martial arts be allowed?
Yeah, I would say chi would be allowed. I'm saying, you know, like, seduction's not in there. So,
Well, then just go by whatever you think would go by. Looks or fame, probably. Martial arts is in that that's under unarmed combat, isn't it? That would be build or dexterity.
well,
No,
we can always...
it works on the body's spiritual energy. So it's not ordinary unarmed combat.
These
Alright.
characters gonna have superpowers, Phil?
Not in Scooby-Doo. And no, not in, you can't really have superpowers with your characters, they're actors. I mean, your character can have superpowers, like, in a movie like Dragon Ball Z. But,
Not your actors.
right.
Sorry to interrupt, but can you run back? We rolled 40-10. What's the shortcut to getting our stats again?
Well, what's like?
Basically, what you have to do is you have to roll 20 d10, and
Okay.
then put those in whatever skills you want. So a good way to do it is, like, say you want to have 5 skills, then you
Right.
would roll
4 dice.
4d10 per skill.
So if you wanted acrobatics, that would be your dexterity plus
Oh.
what you rolled on the 4 dice added
I'm an
together.
idiot. Acting, seduction.
I thought I thought wait a minute.
So like,
How many talents do you get to pick again?
you get to pick as many as you want.
You
but
could have
it's-
20, but they'd only get 1 dice each.
Exactly.
Okay, I've got my chain martial arts thing made out. I'm not gonna do the whole instant death move, just the ability to paralyze the extremities.
Wow. I just rolled a
Wow.
27 on my final one, and I don't really want to put that in unarmed combat.
Oh, damn it.
Wait,
What's your
for
build?
talents,
Uh,
would
the
one
build
of
is
the
mostly
dice go towards
dexterity.
the combat talents?
No, your build. What is your build score? 24?
Yeah.
And what'd you roll? 29?
a 27.
27? Oh, that's not bad. 51.
What attributes, do you have the ability to edit other people's character sheets?
I don't think so.
No. I do,
Hey,
but
Philip.
nobody else will.
Philip, I have a question.
I know, I was asking Philip.
I am
okay.
Philip.
Yes, that is Philip. Philip, I have a question for you, sir.
Could you edit my,
Okay.
could you edit my chain martial arts so that the macro has a reasonable, basically so that I can do the macro instead of having to manually
It's
do the
pretty
math.
basic.
I still
but
need to know what
You aren't
dice.
going to be able to use chi. Martial arts doesn't. Martial arts, you focus chi in real life, but you don't get energy coming out of you to paralyze people.
It's just unarmed combat.
Yeah, just put the stat in unarmed combat if you're gonna do that, like martial arts.
Philip.
Do you know what I mean?
Philip,
Yeah. What's up?
can I use a chessboard as a combat talent?
A chessboard?
Yes. That is my fighting style.
As in, like you hit someone with a board of a chessboard?
I challenge them to chess.
That's not really a combat talent, but you could battle.
It would work on death.
You could do it on other talents though.
You might encounter death. This is Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Mm,
Do you know what I mean?
well,
Okay, so I know I probably sound like an idiot, but okay. I went for the skill list. I picked about 13 of them I like. How do you
Okay.
figure out like what your skills, what your points would be?
Well, you would take the 20 dice and
Right.
divide 13 into them if you want.
No. You can't divide dice.
Well,
You could put like 1 dice on 13
That's
of
what I
them,
mean.
and then have 7 left over to put on.
to
Well,
add
yeah.
to either of them. To add to which ones you want to be
Yeah.
higher.
Wait. I'm still confused.
Okay.
Run this by me real slow like I'm an idiot, please.
So,
If you wanted to have 1 skill and 1 skill only, you could put all 20 on that 1 skill. If you wanted to have 2 skills, you could put 10 dice on each of them. Or you could put like 18 on one of them and 2 on one of them. You just divide them up.
Okay.
So 13
Okay, so
is...
if I had so let's say I had like 13 skills. So I would roll like 13 d10 to get different points to add to them.
But it would only be 1 to 10 points plus what your... Like if your build is 15 and you
Yeah.
rolled a 5, you'd have a 20% chance of doing it.
How many skills does my actor start off with?
That's up to you.
Yep.
Okay,
The more
so-
skills you have, the less
The less good you will be at them.
right.
hey,
Right.
How many
Philip?
dice do I get to roll to add to my skills?
For your talents, it would be you get to roll 20 d10s.
Okay. So the
Philip.
ones so if you had leftover dice, let's say you had like so you had 10 skills or whatever, then you'd have 10 dice left over and you can add those scores to
Yes, to the skills you already
Okay.
have.
Right.
great.
And then anytime you finish a movie,
Yeah.
you actually get 10 more d10s for your talents.
Sweet.
Is it 10
Yeah.
more?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, they boost you pretty quickly in this game.
That's a bit much.
Can I have a card throwing
It's not
as
the
a
way
combat
I
talent?
do it, but-
Card throwing is a combat talent? That would be just throwing.
But I want to
Do
throw
you
a
want to give him
card, man.
specialty at throwing cards, and you get like a +10 on when he does cards, but a -20 if he throws anything else?
No.
Sure.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna add
We're
the
gonna keep
skill,
this nice and simple.
I'm gonna add the skill seduction and put that under looks.
See, you don't have to use seduction as a skill. I thought about it, and I was like, you could use acting as seduction.
If anyone
Okay, I'll
seduces
put
my
that in.
character, she's gonna send in her stuntman to take it for the team.
Nice.
So-
Stunt man, not stunt
so-
woman.
Exactly. Max has done this before. He's good at it.
So, when you add a dice value to a talent, do you also add your attribute, your ability, like dexterity to throwing?
Corey, do you do that?
What?
When you add a skill to your talent, do you add in the dex?
Well, like which skill? Like acrobats?
So like acrobatics would be acting would be looks, for example. So would you add the 19 to the 35?
Yeah. Your basic level with that skill would be 54.
Okay.
19 plus 35 is 54.
Alright,
So you have a
you get
54%
some
chance of
calculations
succeeding.
there.
So do I want to put the 54 where acting is?
Yes, because you don't have to add 35
Yeah,
every
that's
time you look
true.
at it.
Okay.
Okay.
So then that's a 23 for fame for bluffing.
Exactly.
And then 35 plus 27.
I thought he said 20d10.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, but
Yeah.
like I rolled a 13 just now because I have 13 main skills and then 7 leftover dice that I'm going to add to my 13 main skills.
There we go. So for people at home, what you just noticed was instead of putting in the dice that you roll after you do that, make sure to add it with whatever skill it uses, like looks, for example. Because then it makes it a lot easier for you than having to add everything constantly during the game. Because if you roll to use acting, you'll be rolling.
Is
You know.
the attribute a bonus?
Is what a bonus?
The attribute for your abilities, the associated attribute.
An example. Acrobats has uses dexterity. If I put a point in acrobats, like if I rolled a 1 on a d10, then I would take my 32 and my 31 in dex and add 1, and I would actually have a 32 in acrobatics. So I would actually be able to use acrobats at a 32. So basically 32% chance of actually getting this, the talent to work. The easiest way to explain it is the higher your number is, the more chance you have to roll under it, which means you actually get to perform the talent.
So could you explain the leadership talent? It's like that's just like people follow me or what, or listen to me?
I missed what you said.
How would I use that leadership talent?
So leadership, you're going to be trying to motivate your team.
Okay.
Or trying to make, lead them into like,
Or getting non-player characters to follow you.
yeah.
Like, everyone get your torches and go to the castle.
And they're all going to be sitting there and being like, yeah, why the hell would I do that? And you roll, say
we're
your leadership is a 54, and you roll a 32. Then they would be sitting there, they'll be like, oh, well, he brings up some valid points. Yeah, he's very attractive. Maybe we should follow him.
And the werewolves have been eating the babies.
Yeah, the werewolves have.
I feel like there are ways to abuse this power, like, oh, hey, everybody, let's do a mass suicide.
Cult followings. Anyone?
Yeah.
Remember, though, that the evil bad guys also have fame, and if they make a successful fame roll, they can, like, walk off set until the scene gets rewritten to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's how fame works. It's like
Yeah,
Good break.
so Dracula has a lot of fame, so you can't be like, well, I'm filling a super soaker full of holy water, because Dracula will go, oh, wait, no. Dracula doesn't do that.
fuck Dracula. I'm Donkey Dixon.
Yeah, it's basically improv movies. So it's like, they have a script to follow, but all of these B-rate movies, that half the time people go off script. And usually it winds up to be really good for the movie, like Darkness Rising, or really bad for the movie, like Turtles in Time. Yeah.
Well,
I haven't decided what to do with this
Philip,
character
if you
yet.
could take
And his
a
lovely
look at
wife.
my sheet.
My uncle's drawing NPC characters. I don't know what to do with this character and his lovely wife. It's like a Cyclops character. Okay, so we finished up the skills. Say when everyone is set.
I got one
Not
left.
me yet.
Okay,
Philip, you should take a look at Andy. Tell me what you think.
I will take a look now.
Yeah.
I really would like to know how you do tables in this edits, because that's awesome.
Oh, it's easy, dude. I'll show you sometime.
No, I'm talking in this. In Roll20, he put a table in. Oh, they have tables now. Oh, wow. I didn't notice that. Okay.
Okay, so under the journal, we're just adding skills under abilities, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this looks like this looks a little cumbersome. Wow.
Ah, that's pretty good. I like that.
Under under journal under edit, like abilities, and you add them. Is there a quicker way to do this?
But do what?
You should do it on attributes instead.
Yeah, use the Call of Cthulhu system for it. But Phil wants to do this like straight as the rules for this system.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just add my skills as attributes. So like my first few attributes on the list are like build bronze brains, etc. And then I'll just add all the skills I invested in. Just to make it easy.
Oh, this is an interesting pen.
Yeah.
It has a map of the red line.
When we're doing that, I'm gonna quickly, when people are getting that stuff settled, I'm putting in my character stuff. Yeah, this is part of the reason I was saying that we're recording this one separate before we do the game, so that way people don't have like sitting there waiting for the characters to be built.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
Alright, I think I got all my stats all up on Roll20. Maybe give it a look.
I'll take a look in a second. I'm just putting the character traits in from mine because I realized we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Corey, so this character actually gets to be in it for the extra character. Which means I get to have this character at least level up a bit with the other players.
I can tell right away this is going to be an interesting system. I think my character, because I spread out my skills so much, probably going to end up being like a little weak at first, but then has potential.
And who asked me to check? Was it Blood Moon?
Andy, I think.
Andy?
What did I ask you to check, sir?
Yeah, Andy I already said looked
Yeah.
really good.
Okay, I'm almost done with mine.
Oh, I see what you did with that. You listed your skills underneath abilities, like inside of them. And then you just roll it when you're going to use that skill.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And does anyone have names for their actors yet?
Yeah,
Andy.
I'm
I
going to be
do already.
Noriko Narikawa.
Hang on, everyone go one at a time and say who it is before you say the name. And we lost someone.
Uh-oh.
I heard a sound drop.
Yeah, I heard the Skype sound drop.
We lost, it looks like Max.
Uh-oh.
Max.
Oh, Magix?
Magix. I popped it up quickly to take a look. I'm gonna have to
No,
blur
you
this
didn't
out when I
lose
edit.
me.
Oh, that's weird. We heard the Skype noise.
Who did we lose?
Blood Moon.
No,
I think.
sorry, man. I don't know what that was going on there. It was me.
Oh, was that you? 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a blizzard right now, so.
Oh, don't worry about it. I live in New England. We just had a hell of a storm.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
I took a look at my window. I can't see my fucking car.
Whiteouts. Heads up, there's gonna be some whiteout
Because
sections.
there's like 20 feet of snow out there. I'm exaggerating, but
Okay, so let's go through the list on who has names. Andy, do you have a name
Yeah, it's Andrew Moody.
for your actor? Okay.
Yep.
I've got my actor's
This is
character
like-
sheet done.
Alright, Blood Moon, what do you have for a character name?
Donkey Dixon.
What was it?
Donkey Dixon. You know, like Donkey Kong?
Oh, Donkey,
Okay.
like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Love Donkey
Stage
Kong.
name.
Actually, I think it's donkey as in the animal.
Oh,
Like
you
the
guys
same.
wrote your names in there. Nice. I just went over to yeah, I just went over to yours, Magix, and I was like, oh, look, the name's there.
Yeah, I don't have mine in yet. Mine's gonna be Noriko Narikawa.
I see it. Horribly dubbed Asian scientist.
Yeah. Now, while you're there, would you mind looking at my my
So,
skills? and
Am
see
I
if
guessing that your stunt double is the one that's doing your voice? Since you're
Um,
dubbed?
I'm thinking either that or like a horribly broken Asian accent,
Alright.
or maybe both at once. Who knows? Like a
So,
like a
what's the
Caucasian
first
person pretending to
Oh,
be.
the names?
Yeah.
We've got Andrew Moody.
Is that the name of the character?
Yeah.
And which person are they playing?
We haven't done the casting yet.
Oh, okay.
Then we've got Destro. We'll just say the first names. So Andrew, Destro, Donkey, Noriko, and then your character's name, December, and then Amelia, which is a pen name. She just goes by Amelia.
Now, Philip, when you get a chance, if you wouldn't mind looking at my attributes and abilities, I put a bunch of skills there. You know, just see how it is. This character's probably going to end up being real underpowered at first until, like, what do you say we get?
So,
We get 10 dice.
My
after
guess
every-
is from what this looks like, your pistol, you rolled a 15, and then together it's a 41 at the end.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
yeah. 'Cause see, my dexterity is 26, and then I had the 15 for
Yeah.
pistol.
No, I get what you were doing.
Yeah.
So for anyone at home looking at this, this side is on the right that I'm highlighting. This is where his actual skills are. This is just one way players can actually do this if they want. He would be rolling if he wanted to shoot his pistol, the plus 41 on top of the dice.
Yeah, I'd be trying to get under
Oh, I
41.
mean 41 or less.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
What
No,
I really like
I
about-
mix up systems sometimes. It happens.
That's okay.
It seems to me it's a good idea to differentiate between how many points you have from dice in there and your combined total.
Well, a perfect example is whatever you roll on a. It's a D100 you roll, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Yes. Well, no, you roll
So-
2d10 as a percentile thing.
Yeah, it's a percentile roll.
Yeah. You roll 2d10, but one of them is the 10 slot. One of them's the singles.
Yes.
So like, an example is when you look at your character sheet. If I can find it again, which was, I believe, not Donkey. It was on Noriko, right?
Noriko.
So if you look at Noriko, you would have to roll on a D100 set, which is 2d10, under a 47 or under. If you rolled an 8 or like lower than an 8, it would be a critical success.
No, on a 47, it's 10 or less.
It's a 10 or less, isn't it?
It's 1/5.
Yeah, it's 1/5 of it. So 1/5 of what your skill would be the actual critical.
And the reverse for critical failures.
Right.
So 91 or higher, you totally screw up.
Yeah. And if
Anyone
you roll,
higher, you may accidentally shoot the cook.
Yeah, you might shoot, shoot the ceiling or the person next to you.
and if you roll a natural 1-1 or a natural
An
10-10, those are both critical failures.
Well, no, 01, an 01 would be like the best you could get.
Yeah.
And 00 is 100. That's like total critical failure.
Yeah, there's no way you can not critical fail that. Oh wait, do we do any props or wardrobe, or isn't that given at the movie?
It's on the page at the beginning, like based on your fame, what you can have for starting props.
Right.
Which is not a lot with starting fame.
So you have the choice if you want to buy props or wardrobe or not. For this campaign, we're not going to worry too much about it
Everybody's assigned clothing, I'm assuming.
because in most movies you get assigned clothing and assigned props.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give you props right off the bat for like whatever you get casted in.
But does everybody
Sounds
have
good.
like what they look like, what their goal is, and a basic description of their person? December Alford always wears the latest fashion to the best of her ability to afford it. Her goal in life is to win an Oscar, and she is a ruthless princess in the P-type.
So what he's talking about is this section for anyone at home that's looking. So like,
There we go. Props table.
I should probably change what's your whatever to Amelia because that's the character's name. But yeah, so you would want to put in your character's height. You don't really roll for it. You choose it. Then you'd want to actually put in the weight. Go through like everything, how they look, their type of dress, their motivation, and their personality. So weight.
Wait, don't tell me.
Okay, I got some of that stuff up on my journal now.
Yep. Type of dress. Yeah, you can tell sometimes I hit the mouse and it messes it up. Oh, you reading it when I type it? Or are you laughing at something you wrote?
I'm laughing at something I wrote and something
Ah.
you wrote.
Yeah.
Both.
Okay, this is going way too late.
For you?
Yeah.
Well, we'll finish up your character and then we'll record the session so you can watch it tomorrow. It's not like we're not going to do another session.
Do you want me to stay on?
For what?
If you have to go.
You don't-
It's your call. If you need to go, then go. Like if you have work tomorrow morning, don't stick around for the game. We all understand how real life is, you know?
I'm just tired with how late it is all.
Yeah.
Fair enough, man. If you gotta go, you gotta go.
Fair enough, dude.
Yeah, fair enough.
Good night.
Good night, man.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Ciao.
So it's good we built the extra character for the 5 main if we didn't get a 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Motivational.
I'm going to mute my microphone real quick so I can go
Alright.
drink. I'll be back.
Alright, I just did a short file. I'm gonna go drain the lizard. I'll be back.
Okay.
I just finished mine.
Yeah. Okay. So who's here still? 'Cause I know everyone's kind of going off to like go use the restroom and stuff before we start.
No, dude, I'm good. Andy's always good.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. What?
Yeah, man, welcome back.
You guys are too sweet.
So if anyone at home that's watching, you would actually see me kind of straighten this up slightly so it looks right. But that is how you would want your character sheet to look if you printed it out. So let me zoom out to a 50% so you can see the whole thing. And that is the basics of it. Filling in the actual information on top is just not really dice rolling, it's just you choosing it. Echo?
I'm back.
Why is there an echo?
I don't know.
Who's that?
Echo? Echo? Hey, Prone.
Hey.
Creepy.
That's hilarious.
Oh. Oh, no echo. He fixed it. But yeah, no, so pretty much the very top for anyone at home, this is what you choose. This is how your character will act, why your character wants to be an actor or actress, and just their physical description. The basic attributes we've already shown you. It's rolling the 4d10 for the main 4 stats, which is build, dexterity, brains, and looks, which are the highlighted ones. If you're starting a brand new game, most games will start off your character at the lowest fame points because of being new, which will be fame point of 10, which basically gives you almost no spending money. You can't really get anything. As you notice, there's an equation. Your build and your fame is what is combined is what your survival points are, and your stunt double points are the same as your survival points. Your talents would be rolling 20 d10s and basically putting the numbers into the talents that you want. If you don't put any in combat talents, good luck. You're probably not going to be able to fight. So this character, clearly, as you notice, the character that I built for me to use, Amelia, she has no combat. So her main objective is running, like most Scooby characters should do.
I'm actually pretty sure, sorry to interrupt, but I'm pretty sure you do get unarmed combat no matter what. It's that 1/5 formula.
Oh, it is. It's
No, it's your,
No,
it's your
it's,
stat
um,
without anything added. So build.
so like you know how the build's 24. I have to roll under a 24 to be
Hit
successful in unarmed combat, and then I'll do 5 damage to them if I hit them.
Oh, okay.
The damage for the build is 1/5 of your build damage, and that's what you would do with unarmed combat for damage. For weapons, there's actual stats inside the book, which is why there's going to be a PDF that you can actually find. Since the company is out of business, doesn't exist anymore, obsolete, and dead. It was an awesome company, but they stopped producing games back in the early 90s, and all their books are out of print and are very rare to find.
Rest
You
in
can't
peace,
even-
miss you.
You can't even buy this book off Amazon. It literally, the only way to get this book online was for me to scan it in. Because, unlike the other stellar games like Ghostbusters that has like the PDF floating around everywhere, this game just didn't exist online. There'd be hints to it. They mentioned it in one YouTube video, and that was it. There wasn't any play or footage of play, so this will be a
This
first.
is the legacy of this game.
Bringing it back.
Well,
Okay.
I'm ready to play.
Bill, I have to get going.
You have to get going, Corey?
Yeah, it's 12:30 now.
Alright. Well, good luck. Thanks for helping us out with the character stuff. And the keyboard. Ow.
So, man.
We have to start a petition to get a second edition of this game, so we can call it L-Free 2E.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Let's take like a 5-minute break, because I have to go lock up the house and everything. And then
Alright.
we'll stop the game up.
Fair
All
enough.
right.
So
See
we'll-
you in the next video.
Yep, we'll catch everyone in the next video, which is the actual TV show.
Bye.